We've learned that a 13-year-old boy who fell through the ice on Lake Macatawa in Holland is out of the hospital tonight after being treated for hypothermia. New at 11. 24-hour News 8's Danny Carlson spoke with the people who called for help, and she looked at why the ice is so dangerous. Danny?
Brian, the lake itself can be misleading. One side, the ice is 8 inches thick. The other side, where that boy fell through after chasing his dog across the width of the lake, on that side, you can see the open water.
We heard him whistling and calling for the dog, and we didn't know what was going on. Then we kept walking, and we saw a splash, and we looked over, and then he went to go pick him up, the dog up, and he fell in.
Katie DeLana and Austin Masterson saw the whole thing happen yesterday afternoon. They were the ones who called 911 from the frozen shores of Lake Macatawa, telling us they believe they were there at the right time for this reason.
He was terrified.
He thought he was gonna die. He said that at one point.
Within minutes, they tell us, police got to the scene, threw the boy a rope, and rescued him from the freeze.
When he was getting pulled out of the water, he kept asking, "Is his dog okay?"
Today on Lake Mac, the ice fishermen are still out, aware of the unique dangers this lake poses and taking as many precautions as they can.
About every 10 feet, I'll pop a hole and check the depth and see how thick the ice is, so just to be safe.
Warning those who don't frequent frozen waters to go out with someone who does, or to stay on land just to be safe. Just a couple of things to keep in mind. Remember that just because ice looks stable doesn't mean that it is, or you guys, as we saw today, just because it's thick enough in one spot doesn't necessarily mean that it's uniformly thick. And the DNR does recommend at least 4 inches of solid ice if you are going out on the lake and you're an adult, just so it can hold your weight. And we do also have more tips right now on woodtv.com.
Yeah, it's deceiving, like you said. It's not uniform across the lake. It can be thick in one area and then super thin.
Well, it was amazing. Me and my photojournalist were on that one side. We saw the open water and thought, why would anyone think it was safe to walk on this? You go to the other side of the lake, solid.
Different story, yeah.
That's why you got to be careful.
Thank you, Danny.